right, let's force that first story out of our memory real quick with a probably worse one. Dear the Onceler's uglier cousin. My name is Christina, and I have a story from my first year teaching. I was teaching 7th grade English. I wanted to come up with a fun game to get students to talk about the characters in Animal Farm. Great story. Since it was Christmas season, I wanted to do a Christmas-themed game. I wrote all the names of the characters on little pieces of paper and crumbled them into little snowballs made of paper. We would have a snowball fight, and each student would pick up a piece of paper and tell us everything that they could about the character on the piece of paper. If you think about it, this was a great idea. It is a great idea, but you wouldn't be writing this if it was a great idea. Damn it. Unfortunately, I forgot I was teaching 7th graders. That's the last thing you hear before someone dies. When we started the game, the students started getting incredibly competitive. They wanted to do as much damage as possible throwing little pieces of paper. Naturally, they realized pretty quickly that the pieces of paper were not cutting it. Students started grabbing heavier objects around them and throwing them at students on the other side of the room. Full-size calculators, shoes, and pencils were being thrown around the room. Sweet Christ, this is a war zone. This was obviously bad, but it got a lot worse. It always does. One student grabbed my coffee mug from my desk. He threw it across the room where I was watching from. I got hit square in the forehead with a cup of coffee that was completely full of hot coffee. In addition to a massive circular gash on my forehead, I suffered first-degree burns all over my face. Most of my scarring has healed over the last 2 years since this happened, but it was really rough to sign a contract for the second year after that. Yeah, you think?